The Mavericks were desperate for a win tonight as they open up NBA Cup play in Memphis. We'll get you ready for tonight's game. Coming up next, the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. and our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Cole. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, could be your favorite team, especially when they open up NBA Cup play against the Memphis Grizzlies. We'll get you ready for tonight's action over the course of the next half hour. Let's show who's in, who's out, who's in the starting lineup, and we'll focus it on our Mavericks player spotlight. Appreciate all of you hanging out with us here on DLLS Sports. Our guy, the prophet Elijah Smith, hanging out with us tonight here. Tanner on vacation. Good for him. And he'll be back with us next week here on the DLLS Mavs show on this fantastic Friday, gentlemen. Ron, what's going on?
We got audio issues. Hang on.
Bad audio.
We'll keep going.
Well, yeah, fellas. Hopefully it doesn't sound crazy.
Oh, the roadcaster's just off.
But yeah, I had a 6 p.m. coffee, so hopefully that juice has me feeling pretty good. Like Marvin's wrong on the podcast. So let's do that. Oh, sounds like you're in the closet.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're fixing the audio.
We're efforting. We're efforting.
We are we're fixing the audio.
I love the fact that John Cena is sitting next to you, though. You realize that John.
Yeah.
Well, now John Cena's sitting next to you.
Oh.
He didn't get the reference. He didn't get the John Cena reference. I've got to explain it to you. Now
I think they're like reading our lips.
yeah, right. That's all right. We'll just keep talking. And as soon as it comes back on, then I'll just pick up where we left off in terms of the words that we're talking about. But the Mavericks taking on the Memphis Grizzlies tonight.
Play opening up on the road in Memphis as your Dallas Mavericks, desperate for a win tonight, look to get off the schneid with a 3-game losing streak. Memphis on a 4-game losing streak in and of themselves. Let's get you ready for where these teams are going into tonight's game. Mavericks, of course, 2-6 on the year, 15th in the Western Conference. Dallas lost 3 straight games coming into tonight's game after their 1-1, 9-9 loss on Wednesday to the New Orleans Pelicans. Meanwhile, the Mavericks still looking for their first win against a Western Conference opponent this year. So far this year, the Mavericks on the first night of a road back-to-back. They're in Memphis tonight before they take on the Washington Wizards tomorrow night in our nation's capital before they return home on Monday to begin yet another homestand. A 4-game homestand begins on Monday with Bobby's Milwaukee Bucks and the Giannis Antetokounmpo coming in to Dallas. Meanwhile, Memphis Grizzlies also going in the wrong direction as well. 13th in the West. They've lost 4 straight games after what was a 3-2 start for them. They're coming off a loss Wednesday at home against the Houston Rockets, where they're in the middle of a 4-game homestand themselves. 0-2 on said homestand with losses to the Pistons and the Rockets. They'll continue that homestand tonight before they finish that homestand up against on Sunday when they welcome in the Oklahoma City Thunder before they begin a 4-game road trip in and of themselves. That gets us to our scouting reports on this Friday night as the Dallas Mavericks take on the Memphis Grizzlies. The Illustrator, what are you focusing in on tonight for the Mavericks taking on the Grizzlies?
The main thing that I'm focusing on is why sometimes the Ecamm just forgets that the Roadcaster is plugged in.
Got it.
And that also explains why the intro music sounded so weird, because it thought the speaker that we used was the microphone.
Oh wow, okay.
So that's my scattering report is I don't understand technology at all. And I'm also not gonna lie, Kevin, I was doing a radio interview before this, so I didn't actually prepare a scouting report. I do have stuff about wins and losses though, if you want me to give that now as opposed to later.
What'd you talk about on the radio?
I talked about a lot of bad stuff. It was dark and dreary.
Dark and dreary.
So I listened on the radio call. It was very dark skies.
Yeah, it was very sad. It was just sad times. So here's why tonight's game matters so much. Okay, and I'll go over this again on the post game if it doesn't go very well. All right. We got room on the plane, Jaw. I can barely read the chat. Elijah, can you make it a little bigger?
He's gonna make it a little bigger for us.
Okay. All right. Here's why today's game matters so much. All right. When you start 2-7 or worse, you're basically doomed. In history, 264 teams have started 2-7 or worse. All right. So either 0-9, 1-8, or 2-7.
Mm-hmm.
Only 38 of them have made the playoffs, which is 14.4%, which is right at about 1 out of every 7.
And this is the Western Conference.
Yeah.
The odds you make in history in the West is
I'm
tough.
That's a segue that you really do know sports.
That's right.
You really do know sports because, okay, only one team in the West has made the playoffs outright this millennium. That's not including the Pelicans and the Lakers, who did so via the play-in in 2021 and 2022. Only one team in the West has made it outright to the playoffs this millennium after starting 2-7 or worse. That was the 2008-2009 Mavericks, by the way. And only 2 West teams have made it in the last 40 years.
Oh, wow.
All right, the 1996-97 Phoenix Suns. So if you start 2-7, you are bleeped. All right? 3 of the 4 teams to do it since 2016 have made the playoffs through the plan. And 9 of the 38 teams that have ever made the playoffs after starting 2-7 or worse did so before 1970, when there were between 8 and 10 teams in the league, and almost all of them made the playoffs. For reference, the 1967-68 Bulls started the season 1-15.
Whoa.
And still made the playoffs.
Wow.
With a 29-53 record.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So
all right, cool.
making the playoffs it hit a little different back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is extremely, extremely tough to make it to the postseason whenever you start 2-7 or worse. A win tonight would behoove the Mavs.
Almost like it's a must-win situation for the Dallas Mavericks, given the history of starting 2-7 and whether or not you can make the postseason. If you're watching tonight's game, you can watch it on KFAA Channel 29, of course, with the Mavericks take on the Grizzlies. In NBA Cup group play tonight, the first NBA Cup game. The Mavericks play every single one of their group play games every single Friday of the month of November. So next Friday, they'll welcome in the Los Angeles Clippers. Then they'll welcome in the New Orleans Pelicans one more time before they hit the road for their last group play game against, Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Watch along for that one.
That will be on Black Friday, so you make sure you're ready for that. It's going to be a busy day on Black Friday. Mavericks 2-6 coming into tonight's game, 0-1 away from the American Airlines Center. Grizzlies just 2-4 so far in FedEx Forum. The over-under tonight, 232.5, with the Grizzlies, gentlemen, as a 4.5-point favorite going into tonight's game. That gets us to our lead story going into tonight's action between these two teams. 2 frustrated teams, both going in the wrong direction. The Memphis Grizzlies on a 4-game slide coming into tonight. Dallas on a 3-game slide. Memphis has got things going so bad right now. John Morant's been suspended already for a game for conduct detrimental to the team. Meanwhile, the Mavericks have the worst offense literally in the association right now. So, Bobby, something got to give tonight, because these two teams, both of them looking at each other thinking, this is an opportunity to get right. Only one of them is going to come out with a win, but both teams right now simply going in the wrong direction.
The only thing I can say is you don't want to be the get-right team. You just don't. But right now, I mean, the Mavs went up against the 29th ranked defense the other night and actually significantly improved the Pelicans defense with their performance. You don't want to be that team. Don't be that team.
Don't be that team. John Morant has not been good this season. Even before the suspension, he's only averaging 20 a game. He's shooting way under league average. Jaren Jackson Jr. has not also been good this year. He's averaging 5 boards and 17 points. As a player trying to get a supermax deal, this team hasn't been what they probably thought, even while trading Desmond Bane. The leading rebounder for the Memphis Grizzlies, everybody, is Santa Aldama. I think Santi Aldama.
Yeah.
Good player.
Shooter.
Noted
for
Mavs
sure.
killer.
Good player. But to lead you in rebounds and steals, tough. So if the Mavs are looking for a team to kind of have that quote-unquote maybe game where they see some success on offense, maybe they can see that in Memphis.
Memphis is looking at Dallas the same. This is a team that just lost to the Pelicans on the second night of a back-to-back
Tough.
On Wednesday. So both of these teams look at each other like maybe we can find a way to squeeze out a win. As Ron mentioned, the Grizzlies,
Grizzlies are 26th in offense.
Yeah, it's gross.
I mean, John Morant is
I mean,
shooting
another rock fight.
14% from 3 this season. 14.
yeah, both these teams might not clear 100 tonight.
It's going to be an ugly game. I mean,
Dude.
we might get Jock Landale minutes.
These teams are bottom 5 in field goal percentage
Yep.
and 3-point percentage.
Yep.
And effective field goal percentage.
That's right.
And offensive rating.
Yeah.
We want the cup, baby.
Give us the cup.
Get your slingshots ready. Lots of rocks going to be thrown tonight between these two teams. Grizzlies led by John Morant, as Ron mentioned. 20 points per game, over 7 assists per contest, leading Memphis in both those categories. Also, former Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr., averaging 17 points and 1.7 blocks per game in 9 contests so far this year. Mavericks going to be led by P.J. Washington once again. No Anthony Davis, no Derek Lively. We'll get to what Jason Kidd had to say pregame about the statuses of Anthony Davis going into this weekend. But P.J. Washington averaging nearly 16 points per game, nearly 9 rebounds per contest. Cooper Flagg, of course, averaging what is over 14 points per game. D'Angelo Russell averaging 5.6 assists per contest so far this year. Max Christie shooting 48% from downtown. Bobby started to mention some of the ugly numbers when it comes to the Memphis Grizzlies, and you look at their statistical profile. 22nd in points per game so far this year, 4th worst field goal percentage in the league, 6th worst 3-point percentage in the league, and oh, by the way, 5th worst offensive rating, which nets them an overall rating of the 6th worst net rating in the league through the first 9 or 8 or so games for them going into tonight's action. So 2 teams not playing very well on both ends of the floor. Mavericks playing pretty well defensively, top 10 defense so far this year. Offensively, we know where they are given what their struggles have been. But Memphis so far struggling under Tomas Isolo's offense, trying to figure things out where they've had some significant issues putting points on the board, but also just getting on the same page as far as their team is concerned. As we have also mentioned, NBA Cup play opening tonight for your Dallas Mavericks as they take on the Memphis Grizzlies. The first of 4 matchups this year, beginning with tonight's NBA Cup game. Last year, the Mavericks, of course, lost the season series 3-1 to the Memphis Grizzlies, but that's not the one that people remember most. Do you remember what happened, gentlemen, the last time these two teams got together in Memphis?
AD scored 40.
That's right. And the Mavericks got clobbered by 14, 120 to 106 in what was the play-in game where, yes, as Bobby mentioned, Anthony Davis had 40 points in that loss. John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies beat down the Dallas Mavericks. The final
Good
score,
loss. It was a good loss.
I'm about to say you're leading
Flagg.
me. You both lead me right there. That loss right there effectively changed the course of history because, of course, the Mavericks did not make the postseason. The Thunder went on to blast the Grizzlies in 4 games in that first round series, and we know what happened. The Mavericks got a 1.8% odds to win the lottery, and they cashed it in, Cooper Flagg, to win the NBA draft lottery. The Mavericks make the playoffs.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, I'm seeing the vision right now.
Fortune favors the bold, man.
I'm seeing the vision of another ping pong ball.
Oh,
See it.
does it smell like a Kansas player? Does it look like a Kansas player?
I don't know what Darren Peterson smells like. I don't know. I'll try and find out. For vibe's sake, I logged on to the DLLS_Mavs Twitter account. Just spoiler alert, usually when you see a tweet, it's one of the 3 of us tweeting.
That's right.
I don't want to peel the curtain too far back.
Too late.
Mark Stein does not tweet from the DLS Mavs account.
No, he does not.
But I posted on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would a
Mm.
win tonight make you feel better? Here's a sample of the responses. 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, like a 3 at most, 0, 1, 1.
One thing
Vibes
I can
need a
say,
major shift.
yeah.
But you said it was 1 to 10, right?
1 to 10. They said 1.
No, I was supposed to vote 0. Like, yikes, man.
Yeah, I know you're breaking the rules.
Yeah, you're breaking the rules.
Follow the rules.
You can't do that.
Yeah, this is what I would say, Mavs fans. The Mavs fans that actually do want Ja. I mean, you probably have to beat the team for him to be like wanting to come there. If he beats you, I'm going to even a worse situation. Why?
Yeah.
Like if quote unquote, if you force your way out somewhere, which again I don't know if he's doing that. I don't think he's doing that. But I'm saying in this hypothetical world, if he's forcing his way out of there, you probably don't force your way out to a worse team and a team that you've already beaten. So Mavs fans probably need to get that win. But I did find some very fun statistics. Jaren Jackson Jr., one of the best friends in the NBA, everybody, right? But with him on the court this season and John Morant off, they have 125 defensive rating.
It's not
One
very
of the
good.
worst in the NBA.
Wow.
With John Morant and Jaren Jackson on the court together. 118.
Also
21.
not very good.
Not
man.
good. Every single lineup with Ja and Jaren Jackson, either with them both on the court or one on and one off, are all bad. Is in, again, if the Mavs have to get right in the offensive game, this team can't defend. Like, if Jaren Jackson Jr. can't save your defense, that really genuinely means it probably doesn't have any help. I mean, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's a good player, but he's 104. I mean, a champion, but I mean,
who's going to make him pay? Who's going to make these guys pay? You know,
No, that's D'Lo. I think we'll be getting some extra minutes tonight. It looks like. I know we'll talk about that later.
fortunately,
so
Pippen is
maybe
out. That
D'Lo?
really helps the guards. I think.
Yeah, no,
Pippen being out.
for sure. He's a great defender. But yeah, the numbers are even worse for Memphis than I kind of thought going in, to be honest.
Let's get to our super chat before we help you win some money tonight here on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Classic Stain Lover with the $4.99 super chat. Rumors of Klay being shopped and teams watching. Daniel Gafford, the boat is on fire.
Oh, I thought they said DDG at first. I was like, oh.
No. Take those with a grain of salt when it comes to those rumors there. That's all I'll say. Take those with a grain of salt. Let's help you win some money tonight when it comes to prize picks. After that, we'll let you know who's in, who's out the starting lineup, and we'll focus in on our Mavericks player spotlight. But Bobby Curley going to help you win some money.
Yeah, so it's a Friday payout boost on Prize Picks, so you can boost your flex play winnings by 40%. How about that? So that's what I'm going to try and do. All right, Cooper Flagg, more than 11.5 points. That's the lowest it'll go. He's actually in there for 17.5, but I'm not feeling that frisky on a Friday. John Morant, more than 19.5 points, which actually is quite a bit for him. I don't know if he'll get there. He's not scoring very well this year. Jaren Jackson Jr., I think you're going to make at least 0.6 threes tonight. And PJ Washington, more than 11.5 points. If I nail all four of those picks, I'm taking home $10.50, again, because of that 40% payout boost, which Prize Picks will just give to you. So all you got to do, download the Prize Picks apps, use promo code DLLS when you sign up, make a $5 play, and you will be instantly, granted $50 in your account that you can play with as well. And hopefully we can all spend all of our hard-earned winnings on a lovely dinner tomorrow.
Tip-off at 7 p.m. tonight between your Dallas Mavericks visiting the Memphis Grizzlies. We do have the starting lineup for tonight's game. And, gentlemen, for the second straight game, D'Angelo Russell will be your starting point guard alongside Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford. So you're starting five tonight.
Cut away from you as you were doing that.
D'Angelo Russell, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford will be your starting five for Dallas. Meanwhile, for Memphis, it will be John Morant, Jalen Wells, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Jock Landale will get the start at center for the Memphis Grizzlies. That gets us to who's in and who's out for tonight's game. We start with the home team in the Memphis Grizzlies. Brandon Clark is out with right knee surgery recovery. Zach Edey remains out with his left ankle surgery recovery. Ty Jerome, he remains out with his right calf strain. Meanwhile, Scottie Pippen Jr., he's also out as he continues to recover from his left toe surgery.
They have a lot of players out, man. Those are a lot of good players for Memphis that are out.
Meanwhile, for your Dallas Mavericks, Anthony Davis remains out with his left calf strain, misses his fourth straight game with that. Now, Jason Kidd did say pregame he does not know about the status of Anthony Davis going into tomorrow's game in the second night of a back-to-back.
You believe that?
Of course I know. Of course I know.
I believe Kidd.
He just doesn't. He's
Corporate
like, I don't know. No one told me.
Now, he was upgraded, quote-unquote, to
Gotcha.
doubtful tonight versus being out the previous 3 games. So he was upgraded to doubtful. I have a very hard time believing on the second night of a back-to-back on the road that he will be ready to play. Now, our very
he's not playing tonight, so for him it's not a back-to-back.
Well, it's true.
And Gafford did play his first game in Mexico, so
right.
So the question is, do we think Gafford will play both games if he's on a minutes restriction?
Is he playing a back-to-back?
He did play. Didn't they have a back-to-back last week that he played in, or no? Am I just
back-to-back?
completely?
I
I guess
can't
they
remember. I don't
they haven't yet, have they?
think so. No, they've had a back-to-back. I don't know if he
But Gafford wasn't
played.
available.
Yeah, he
for
wasn't
it, yeah.
available.
Our very own Mark Stein did report, though, that AD has been doing on-court workouts as he tries to effort himself to get back onto the floor. So we'll see what Anthony Davis' status looks like going into tomorrow night. Derek Lively is going to be missing his 6th straight game with that right knee sprain. Jason Kidd said earlier in the week that he's hopeful that Lively will be back next week for this team. So we will monitor that. Obviously, Kyrie Irving and Dante Exum continue to remain out, of course. I don't even ask about the whole Exum thing. Like, whenever he comes back to play, cool, awesome, great.
Just whatever, man.
Yeah, like that. That'll be awesome.
It's all. It's yeah.
You know, it's crazy. I see Dante like before games, and he seems to be a pretty high spirit. So I actually like genuinely don't know. Like, to be fair, I've never like seen him like the ball.
Why don't you ask him the hard hitting questions?
Well, sadly, we don't get to talk to some of these players.
Well, and to me, and there was a video, of course, of the players walking off the game from Wednesday against the Pelicans. He still looked like he was walking with a visible limp.
Dante?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
from what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in clothes. I mean, I've never seen him with like a athletic gear.
So we'll see what his availability looks like going forward here. Before we get to our Mavericks player spotlight, let's get to a couple more of our super chats. I believe that's a €5 pound. €5.
Pound.
Yeah, euro.
No, it's euros.
Euro.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, €5 there.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to you, Johnny Keene, with the €5 there.
Big Johnny.
If you replace Klay and Daniel Gafford with Dennis Schroeder and Malik Monk, would you do that trade? Also, are we going to go for a full tank soon? Love the show. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you from wherever you are in Europe. I do love Malik Monk. But this team, hey, we've been told, fellas, defense does win championships.
Yeah,
and Malik Monk has not played defense since college.
Schroeder does a little bit, but I feel like if you do make that trade, now all of a sudden it's almost like you have too many guards. Because then you got D'Lo and you got Brandon Williams and you got Jaden Hardy still and you got Dante Exum. If maybe reportedly Dante Exum is on the team.
Allegedly Dante Exum.
So it's like I don't know. It would be.
Yeah.
Remember last year when we thought they had too many guards?
I know, but then basically almost everyone on the team would either be like 6'4" or 7 foot. It's that's the problem when your roster is already so front loaded. It's like how do you work your way out of it? You know?
Yeah, they probably, if I had to guess, I think they would give up Dennis and a wing or bigger player. I don't think they would give up Dennis and Monk. They also have like a bunch of like weird 6'5", 6'7" guys on that squad. I saw Westbrook got a triple double. It won't be him, but yeah, interesting.
Let me ask y'all a question, real quick. Who's the general manager?
Defense wins championships, man. Nico Harrison.
He's not trading none of the players.
Oh wow,
he's not trading.
They don't play. I mean, well, Dennis plays defense, but Malik Monk does not play defense.
He's not trading.
Sorry.
Ardell with the $4.77 super chat. Good article from Tim Calishaw. Hire Rico.
Yeah,
it was a good piece today from Tim Calishaw of the Dallas Morning
News. I think that's the first time that the Morning News, anyone at the Morning News has taken that.
They've gone, that's the first time.
Stand.
Yeah.
Let me think. Yeah, I think so. Tim doesn't give a rep about pissing people off. I've learned. I've seen what he's done to Jerry, and he just doesn't care. So,
and if you didn't see it, Calishaw basically in a nutshell saying that it's time for them to just blow the thing up. Is what needs to happen.
Well, not blow the thing up, but make a change. Make a change to the person with the power to blow the thing up.
That's right. Someone else is blow it up. But yeah, for sure.
Kid.
Johnny Keene back in with the €2 super chat. Also, Nico has cursed this franchise by trading 77. A lot of folks.
Voldemort, name that won't be spoken.
A lot of folks would agree with you on that.
It does feel like there are some supernatural forces working against them and working against us right now.
Let's get to our Mavericks player spotlight on tonight. We focus in on the rookie, Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg, of course, had 20 points in the game on Wednesday, has had at least 16 points in 2 of his last 3 games and at least 8 rebounds in 4 of the Mavericks' first 8 games so far this year, averaging 14.4 points per game so far this year, and grabbing over 6.5 rebounds per contest. Third on the team behind PG Washington and Anthony Davis. Of course, Flagg had a chance to tie the game with 4 seconds left on Wednesday, missed a free throw jumper, and the Mavericks lost 101-99. But Bobby, something that you've been looking at and more impressed with, you saw with him with the left hand and the offensive confidence starting to come there for Flagg.
Yeah, he played that game obviously with D'Lo starting, so he started off the ball and he kind of stayed off the ball for most of the game. And he was super aggressive when he got his touch. I thought it was great. You know, it's very difficult to go from facilitator mode to aggressive mode throughout the course of a game or throughout the course of a single possession even, because you're trying to get everyone organized, trying to figure out what you're going to do, and then to just floor it. Like, that is a really tough thing to have that judgment. So whenever he can just be in attack mode all game long instead of in facilitator mode, I think that just gives him a lot less to think about, a lot less to calculate, and he can just go out there and play. And so hopefully it looks the same again. But I mean, the offense was an absolute abomination the other night, but I came away from that game very encouraged by Coop's performance. I thought that was one of his best games as a pro, if not his best.
Yeah, I thought in the half court, he made a bunch of good reads. Again, since he's not the point guard, he can be in attack mode. If he's in attack mode, he's slashing into the paint. He got 2 feet in the paint, shoots a pass to the corner to, I think, Max Christie it was, knocks down a good 3-point shot. I'm like, okay, this is good process, which means in the half court, he can make good reads. It just, I think when he's in attack mode and that's first and the playmaking comes second, and that's when it's open up the rest of his game. Because, again, we've talked about multiple times, he does so many good things. It's just getting him in the positions to succeed.
Shout out to Classic Saint Lover with the $1.99 super chat. Dirk for new GM, only one we will trust.
Dirk's a TV guy now.
Yeah,
He's too
Dirk's
famous
doing
for
well.
us.
Yeah,
Dirk's
he's
rich.
doing well on TV.
He's too
man.
famous.
Yeah, he's doing his thing on TV. Why would he take the stress at this job? He's doing his thing.
I'll give my should I give my galactic take on Mike, or is it? It's a pregame show. Who cares?
I mean, fire away.
My tinfoil hat theory is if the Mavs make a midseason change at GM, the interim GM, Mark Cuban.
That'd be great, man.
That'd
be
my
great.
idea.
That would
Let's
be.
get to the X factors for tonight's game. We start number 1 with Dallas. What the hell? Like, where did that? Like, what?
I put the
What do you
tinfoil hat
mean?
on. The hat was put on.
Dude, just look. It's all out here. It's all there. It all makes sense. It all adds up.
We're gonna get aggregated. Yep.
Well,
We're gonna get aggregated.
everyone
He
knows better,
clarified.
man. Like,
He prefaced it with tinfoil. So
you're
He
kind of new to Dallas. You need to know, dude. Don't take anything I say seriously. Everyone knows we don't aggregate Bobby. That guy, he just talks out of his butt all the time. The only thing they aggregate of me is me misspeaking or
Bobby, I
saying,
need what you're
or saying,
consuming.
I don't know, man. I like
Brisket.
wood.
It's brisket.
we
Everyone.
already got that drop. So thank you for that again. Let's get to the X factors for tonight's game. We'll run through them real quick. Dallas got to keep the Grizzlies out of the fast break. Memphis loves getting out and running so far this year. Third in the NBA, averaging nearly 19 points in the fast break. The Mavericks have emphasized how poor their transition defense has been. That's going to get put to the test tonight as the Memphis Grizzlies like to get out and run to try to make things happen in the transition game. Meanwhile, the Mavericks, they got to force the issue defensively themselves by getting into the passing lanes. Memphis so far this year, as bad as they are offensively, they don't turn the ball over all that much, only turning the ball over 14.2% of the time, which is top 10 in the NBA. So they're pretty good at protecting basketball. So if you're the Mavericks defensively, which is what you do well among very few things this year, you could try to force the issue against the Memphis Grizzlies. The other thing is, you guys will appreciate this one. You got to keep Memphis off the line. The Memphis Grizzlies so far this year, 5th in the NBA as a team, shooting 84.4% from the free throw line on 27 attempts per game so far this year. If you're the Mavericks, you've got to guard without fouling. Otherwise, Memphis can make you pay from the line, as we have seen free throws up around the association this year. Memphis as a team, they don't shoot the ball well from the field or from 3, but they do shoot the ball well from the free throw line. So you got to keep them from getting easy points in tonight's game. What are you guys looking for?
Yeah, rookie matchup. You got Cedric Coward versus Cooper Flagg.
Good player.
To be honest, every game I look, okay, who could Cooper Flagg match up against? Is like his other rookie, as he's battling for rookie of the year. Cedric Coward's having a pretty good year. I mean, he's 53% from the field, 41 from 3. 3 free throws a game, 9 points. He's been in a pretty good place. An older player. I think might guard Flagg a little bit too. I think that'd be a fun kind of rookie on rookie matchup to watch.
Shout out John for joining the supporters club. Heck yeah.
Let's go, John.
Yes, sir, John.
Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Yeah, I think Coop going up against Jalen Wells tonight is gonna be tough too. I think Jalen Wells is a really good defender. So between him and Coward, I think that's 2 wings that are not as big as him, but that have the desire and the physicality to kind of get up in him and maybe make him work for it. I'm curious to see what Coop does if KCP gets switched onto him. KCP's a pretty good defender, has good hands, good instincts and stuff, but Coop is just bigger and stronger than him. So, and what if Jaren Jackson ends up on Coop? Then what's going to happen? Like, I think that there's
Pass the rock.
I'm shifting my focus away from the Mavs winning, and I'm just going to watch Coop. Until the Mavs win a few games in a row, I'm just watching Flagg to see what he does.
There you go. I guess you're ready for tonight's game. We will be back here on our post-game show about 10, 12 minutes after the final buzzer tonight. So make sure you jump back in with us for our DLLS Mavs post-game show after the Mavericks take on the Grizzlies. It's time for Mavericks basketball. Appreciate you joining us here on our pregame show. Appreciate the Prophet making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. That's our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curl. That's our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. I'm your host, Kevin Gray. We're DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you post-game right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good.
We all silly like the mayor.